How's it? I am Mr. Willie 19 coming at you here from the Second Amendment Show on the YT YouTube. It's a little video response to Gwar Gwar 1981's question as to whether or not a gun is a tool. Funny you should bring that up, Gwar Gwar. I just had a situation like that come up myself about 2 months ago. I do an annual camping thing. It's called the annual cash shootout with Mr. Wheelie and friends, where we basically go shoot for money. You throw 100, 150 bucks, 200 bucks in a hat, and it's a little competition. See who shoots the best, and winner takes all. So it's big gambling, overshooting. We do it out in the Anza-Borrego Desert, and there was a new guy there, some guy who had never been out with us before, who knows his guns, and he's just fine. Didn't have to worry about the guy shooting somebody in the back on accident. But because he was around a bunch of people he didn't know, he was making it very obvious that he's trying to be super careful by indexing his finger and having good muzzle manners and not covering anybody with his gun. And as he came walking up to a table where a friend of mine and I, or a bunch of us were sitting around drinking beers and stuff, he's got his gun pointed in a safe direction, and he's just overdoing it a little bit. And I just looked up at him and said, "Hey, buddy, the safest place for that weapon is in your holster." He's, "Oh, yeah, thanks, Wheelie." And he holsters his gun. And my friend, Jeff, yes, this you, my friend Jeff looks me straight in the eye and goes, "It's not a weapon, it's a firearm." I said, "What?" "That's not a weapon, it's a firearm." Now, Jeff is a walking encyclopedia of gun knowledge, and you should see his garage. One full wall is just full of research and data material. He's got every kind of, it's a hand loader's, reloader's wet dream, gunsmith's wet dream, with all the lathes and everything. I mean, he's a hardcore gun guy, much more knowledgeable than I. And he corrected me, said, "It's a firearm, not a weapon." And I beg to differ, sir. It's a weapon. It's a firearm. So, well, firearm implies that. I'm sorry. I'm staring right into the sun behind this monitor, if you don't mind. I said, firearm implies that it's only good for shooting bullets. Now, if it came down to it and the thing was out of bullets, wouldn't you use it to smack somebody in the head with? I know I would. It's a firearm, it's not a weapon. And we got into a little heated debate, and I finally walked away and let it go. But I thought about it later on that afternoon. And I never brought it up again, but I started thinking about it, and we were both right. And if you could put those both under the definition of what a gun is a tool. So I got to agree with Gwargwar on this one. A gun is indeed a tool. Merriam-Webster defines tool as a handheld device that aids in accomplishing a task. Well, I would tend to think that a gun qualifies under that definition. Number 2 from Merriam-Webster is something as an instrument or apparatus used in performing or operation or necessary in the practice of a vocation or profession. I think a gun can qualify under that definition as well. Number 3 from Merriam-Webster for tool, a means to an end. If gun doesn't qualify under that definition, I don't know what is. The example that Merriam-Webster uses is a book's cover can be a marketing tool, a means to an end, but you get the idea. Their 4th definition is classified under slang or often vulgar, penis. Yes, tool can be defined as penis. All right, and the final one that they list, and this is just as a noun, not a verb, just as a noun, the final one they list is a person that is used or manipulated by another. That person can be labeled a tool. Now, with all of that said, a gun is just a tool. And anyone who does not believe that is themselves a tool. Yes, can they be used to take a life? Of course. Of course. They can be used to hunt, to feed your family. They can also be used to just punch holes in paper. And God forbid if the shit ever hit the fan and it's like doomsday kind of thing, and you're out on your own survivor, you want to providing for your family, that thing is definitely a tool. There's no more ammunition for it. You can field strip it, and you can use the barrel. It's perfect to make a rabbit or squirrel trap with a little bit of string or whatever string similar kind of thing going through the barrel. It's perfect to make a rabbit or squirrel trap. You can take the recoil spring, get a piece off of it, take your Leatherman or whatever you have to do, bend it back and forth enough to break off a piece, sharpen it on a rock, and you can use it as a fish hook. It's a tool, okay? And how it's used by the person who's holding it, well, same thing with a screwdriver. Plenty of people have been killed with one of those. People have been killed with bicycle tires. But a screwdriver, a hammer, what's it for? Just driving nails? No. It's not only made for hammering nails. It's also knock shit into place and, nudge this over a little bit. And for cracking some asshole in the head who wants to harm you or your family. The gun's a tool. There it is. That's my opinion on it. You asked for a Gorgor. There it is. With all of that said, I would be very remiss if I did not say thank you, Gorgor 1981, the Armed Lunch Lady channel, for the fantastic shout out. I am humbled. I don't know what to say other than thanks. Very, very kind of you. I appreciate it. That's one of the reasons why I dig on the freaking YouTube firearms community, man. The support that goes on and on. Gorgor, thank you so very much. You rock. I hope this answers your question as to whether or not I believe a gun is a tool or a weapon of destruction. And one final note, I've got a very new subscriber who is a co-worker, and to you, this is what I look like outside of the office, okay? I don't shave. Yes, I am perfectly comfortable in a suit and tie, like you see me every day, but that's not what I wear on the weekends. This is me on the weekends. With that said, again, thanks, Gorgor. A gun is a tool, everybody. And to anybody watching this, I would like to say that I hope this video finds you and finds you well. I am Mr. Willie 19 coming at you from the Second Amendment Show here on the YT. I'm hoping this video finds you and finds you well. Cheers.